Yo, it's your boy Sosa, the newest member at ODH. I'm out here with my bro Sid. We doing an interview with A. Lee. We are sitting in the studio right now. About to chop it up, ask him some questions. See, I want to learn him more as an artist, see where he's going, what he got planned for the future. So, A. Lee, how about you introduce yourself?
My name is A.V. Legendary. I call myself the child of sound and creative soul. I'm from the area of Reading, PA. I'm out here in Pittsburgh, been out here for about almost 2 years. And I'm ready to drop some science, man, some crazy music, something in a crazy creative field, man. That's what I want about, is bringing you something different and unique.
Definitely. So, let me ask you this. What made you want to get into music?
I've been, you know what? I started out dancing. I consider myself, I'm probably a little rusty now, I'm more into the music, but I started out dancing. I've been dancing since I was a child. My parents would play the music, and I would kick it like I was already in the video, like I already had the skills, like somebody taught me something. So I always had those skills. As I got older, probably when I was about 16 or 17, I kind of, I had a little keyboard. I went and bought a little keyboard from Radio Shack, and I started making beats on it. And I was like, wow, I'm good at this, you know what I mean? I was good, so I started buying microphones and things, and I didn't even know how to set up right. But it was the fact, that I knew I was good at this, and I kept prolonging, my creativity in it, and I was dope, you know what I mean?
That's what's up. So what was the age that you really decided when you knew in your heart that this was going to be your career choice?
I would say, I'd probably say when I was about 20 years old.
Okay.
I was going to community college. They had like a big dance room. I was killing it in there. I would just go, after I did my classes, I would go in this room, the girls would turn on the music, they would watch me dance, and I would just be in there killing it. And I wasn't really, I was doing graphic design, I was doing some more of artwork, and I end up stopping, I don't love art anymore. I love it, but it's not my passion.
You had to change your heart for real.
I had to change my heart, so I end up trying to switch over into music, and I end up dropping out of school to really start doing it.
Okay. But tell us something about your hometown. You said you're from Reading. Tell us something about your hometown. What's the scene like out there, family background?
Oh, Reading, PA, we call it the island, or I call it the island. I also call it Red Dot City. It's a multicultural city, so there's a lot of Hispanics, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans. Okay. The islands, Jamaican. We got people from Russia.
A lot of culture out there.
There's a lot of culture out there. So, it's been like a culture shock moving to Pittsburgh from what I'm used to. It's like a little New York or something, I would say, like that. Other than that, it's a small place. Shout out to Drea Michelle. I grew up with. She's from that area.
Okay, shout out to her.
Yeah, we from Reading. But other than that, the scene, it's a pretty small city. Everybody kind of knows everybody. Cousins is cousins everywhere as well. But it's pretty dope. There's a couple artists there that's doing their thing, and there's a lot of good producers there as well.
Okay. So I see we came in and you got the Fruity Loops up and stuff, so I can see you're into producing. How long have you been making beats? I've
been making beats. I started, like I said, at 16.
Okay.
I started getting serious with it at probably 18 or 19 years old, I would say.
That's dope. Yeah, this joint we came in, I'm definitely liking what I hear.
Yeah, I'm calling it, I'm trying to work on this new thing, is these new boom bats. I ain't gonna say too much about it, but I'm trying to bring more of the East Coast flavor. I hear it popping up. So I'm like, how can I infuse this sound and what's going on today with the kids? They're gonna understand the old sound, which is coming back, because everything comes in a full circle. So I'm working on these future boom bats, I'm calling them right now.
Okay, let us know about some of your accolades. Like, what are some of the things you accomplished, something you worked on in your career as a musician?
I'm working on actually my third mixtape. Excuse me. Like I said, I was a producer first. I couldn't find an artist that can really, get up on my sound the way I wanted them to, so I started doing that. But I made 2 mixtapes so far. Last one was Souls and Sounds, which was real good. I got featured on Dat Piff.
That's dope.
I opened up for Styles P, Rick Ross. Did a little Rockefeller party in my city back then with a team I was working with. Nothing too major. I still was on the producer side. So right now I'm branching out more as an artist and as a producer. Both sides I'm trying to be strong in the area with.
That's dope. So let me ask you this: how do you feel about the current state of hip hop, rap? Just the culture in general. What do you feel as if the industry is missing? Because I'm a big fan of 90s music. 90s music influenced me, AZ, Big L, Cormega, artists of that caliber.
Yeah.
So that's something that I like to relate my music to. What do you feel as if the industry is missing from the 90s era compared to now?
I think right now it's missing, if I shall say, it's like missing a certain soul or a certain blackness
Definitely.
that's not in the
that's
music.
That's a good word to use too, because that's definitely how
hip hop carries soul. I mean, all genres of music or popular music in America is all music from the hood. I don't care if it's jazz, rock and roll, gospel, when they all infuse each of these step by step. Hip hop right now seems like it's been diluted. The money that's in it, you know, they stopped from old hip hop to hip hop now. People used to talk about everything. I don't care if it was going to school, the colors of your sneakers, whatever. You're going along with your day. You hear some of it coming back now, but it really got real thuggish, and they pushed this towards the people. I'm not going to get deep into the science of that, but you know, I feel those things as far as soul is missing in hip hop music.
Definitely, I'm definitely feeling, because that's how I feel. Soul is big to me. I just feel like music doesn't have a meaning like it once was. Like to me, '98 was one of the best years for rap. I was young bull back then.
Yeah.
I wasn't even 10 years old, but that was a good year. You had people like DMX. You know, you had different type of people that was making different type of music. That it was just a strong year for music, and I haven't felt a year like that. It's to the point where you got people that rap about real stuff, they can't even go platinum. But I'm tired of seeing people like Drake, Wayne always going platinum. You know what I'm saying? I want to see a Joey Badass go platinum. I want to see a J. Cole go platinum. You know, even though Kanye's in a different lane, you could tell he had soul to. I know Kanye has soul to his music.
Right, he was trying to bring that sound back.
Definitely. Now that we're on the topic of artists, who's your favorite artist? Who are the artists that you're checking for? You know, mixtapes that you might be listening to at the moment, music that inspires you.
You know what, to tell you guys the truth,
it could be mainstream, it could be underground.
It's not even that. I'm so far into creating a new sound. Like you hear me making a hip hop beat, but I'm more and more into creating almost a new genre. I'm in going past it. As a black person, I feel like we need to create the next level of music. I feel like our creation is being halted. So I listen to people still. I'm listening to Prince. I'm listening to old music. You know, I'm listening to Stevie Wonder. I'm listening to Michael Jackson. I'm going to, you know, to Pink Floyd, to things like that. I'm mixing everything together to create something new and give people a new experience. I don't have any favorite artists today. I do listen to, you know, Joey Badass here and there. Kanye. I'm really like with the music today. You know, some things that come on the radio, I'm just like, how did that make it on the radio? I'm still shocked. Like that, there's nothing in here. I don't have to say anything to make a hit song. And there's nothing wrong with that, because it should be, music should be a rainbow. It should be all different aspects, but we're only hearing one. So right now, currently not a lot of people are listening to old music for inspiration.
That's where I get a lot of my inspiration from. Like when I'm out and about, I like to listen to, like, you know, 90s era Pandora and stuff. Pandora is a dope place to find music that you haven't heard in years. And, you know, I'm real influenced by that. So where do you see yourself in? I'm gonna say, a lot of people say 5, but where do you see yourself in a decade as an artist? You know, as an innovator. I see you're trying to create a new genre. What do you want your legacy to be?
I want to be known as the man that pushed the limits of sound. Okay, so in 10 years, I want to be known as far as a legend to the planet that I push the limits of sound, which also will give others inspiration to push the limits of sound. And by that time, I might disappear and be really known as a legend.
So, you know, with ODH, you know, we're all about music and stuff, but one thing we've been trying to touch base with more in our interviews is, you know, real life events. So I'm gonna throw a couple, you know, topics out at you, and I want you to, you know, give me your best answer possible. How do you, I'm pretty sure you know about what's going on in Ferguson, you know, just, it's not even Ferguson, it's all over the world, because in Pittsburgh, we can see we got the Leon Ford case going on, we had the Jordan Miles case, you know, so much stuff going on. What do you feel as if needs to change to better relationships between, I'm not just going to say black people, because, you know, that's what it seems like, but I just feel as if when it comes to police brutality or just like the conflict in general involves everybody, what do you feel as if needs to be better, you know, what do you feel as if needs to be better organized between, you know, better relationships between, you know, law enforcement and the civilians in general, you know, just people in our neighborhoods? What do you feel as if they need to be better?
To be even deep, I'm gonna get deep on this. I think truly what needs to be done for human beings all over the world is to unlearn and relearn. We've been miseducated, so we don't know each other's true history, what we all as different races provided towards the planet, our accomplishments, so we can take these race, you know, boundaries away. These things are set for us by other, I'm gonna go deep, by other higher ups that are looking down upon us, have us fighting each other instead of what's really going on up at the top, and why we're doing these things down here. So some things are thrown out there so that we're fighting amongst each other. Instead of we really should be studying knowledge itself. What's really going on? I'm gonna go deep. There's other things beyond the universe that we should understand that are actually going on right now. It might be a little bit off to y'all, but I'm just saying you should have knowledge yourself. You need to educate yourself on everybody's true history. And this will break a lot of the nonsense that's going on today. I mean, to the point now we don't even know how to grow our own food. You know,
exactly.
We don't know how to clean our own water.
We become so dependent on other resources.
Right. It's like really like sheep being led. So we need to break out of that. I feel we're at the time again where there's always cycles in the planet that this happens, where people do wake up and they try these things. They want to get in touch with each other. The color boundaries break. I'm going like I was speaking to my man about the hippie area and the stuff like I'm really into that. What was really going on. So I think we're at that time again. And it's time to wake up.
It's time for a revolution.
Right.
A lot of people, criticize our, President Obama, and some of the stuff that he has tried to accomplish in 8 years. In my own personal opinion, I feel as if at times he wasn't really given a fair chance. Everything that he really tried to accomplish was always shot down. Ultimately by the Republican Party. Higher ups, people above him. How do you feel about now that his tenure as president is, coming towards the end? How do you feel about what do you feel as if Obama accomplished in his 8 years of presidency, and what do you feel as if he could have done better?
Wow, I mean, looking at the cycle of presidents, we're going through the same things that they've been going through in the 80s, 70s and 60s. I believe President Obama did clean up a lot of mess. I think a lot of mess was left by Bush, and I think he did get a little bit of jobs going back here. There was, there's some fluctuation in what was going on. I haven't really seen any big changes from Obama that really made me say that he accomplished a lot. I'm not saying that he's a bad president, but I know it's a big fight, and within a time period that he had to clean up so much mess, he wanted done. But I think that he's done a decent job as a president, definitely.
Dope answer. For the third topic, this is big to me. This has been big to me lately. Even just talking with my group and stuff. What do you feel as if the youth, and like I said, it's not black youth, white youth. What do you feel as if the youth of America needs? What type of voice do they need? Because we live in this era of social media. You got kids. You got little girls. Girls. Teenagers twerking on Instagram and stuff. You got kids running around doing smack cam and stuff. Just doing all types of dumb stuff. To be famous. Like, I don't really approve of shows like Love and Hip Hop, and stuff. Because I feel as if it represents the culture bad. Not just a culture for one race, a culture for everybody. Shows used to have meaning to them, and now what do you feel as if the youth of America needs? So with the new generation coming up, because a child's born every minute.
Right.
After me, after you, after everybody, there's going to be generations until eventually the world just comes to an end and we dissolve. So what do you feel as if the youth of America needs to help them be better people? What type of resources? What type of motivation do we need to, as older people, need to give to the youth to help them be better individuals in society?
Oh, that's a good one. I think I'm going back to what I said before. I think we need, as adults, we need re-education. We need to really understand what's going on so that we can trickle it down to the kids, because there's things that's out of our control that we do have. And first of all, you have to understand, as people, we have all the power in the world. There's 1 billion of us, and there's a small amount of them that are controlling the television, what's coming out of the radio station that you're listening to. We have to turn it off. Turn it off. You have to, as a parent, you need to turn it off. Don't get cable. Turn it off, man. There's other things that you can raise your kids on, what they need to know about. I don't care if it's learning how to grow a flower. They need to understand those things. It's all about re-education and turning off the crap, because it's all through the air, man. But I think that's my best answer on that.
Definitely.
I think that's my best answer on that for our society, coming up, because it is real bad.
Definitely. We're doing a new segment with ODH for our interviews where, the artists that we interview with, either we ask them to recite a quote from maybe one of their songs, or maybe even just do a little freestyle. Right? So if you want to take...
Yeah, sure.
If you want to take part in it, I want to get in touch with the artist, because ultimately I'm an artist and I like to hear the essence of other artists. I was a fan of music first before, I became a rapper. So I always like to see, hear different lyrics, see what the mindset art is. So if you want to take the floor.
Sure.
Let's hear some of them bars.
100 million, where the hell are ya? I thought this point in my life I would be much farther. Nah, I'm stuck up in this 9 to 5, and I swear to the skies I'm about to be fired. Mention a couple causes what I desire. My heart tells me I'm rich, but my heart's a liar. Looking through the paper for that work for hire. 30 years of this shit, man, I'm ready to retire. Wonder what I can do just fulfill my dreams. Sometimes I feel like I just tried everything. Work a couple jobs just to selling them things. To get rich scandals and them pyramid schemes. But the pyramid means to be on the top. And hopefully one day I get the shit to pop. So until the day, all that I can say, I'm just another brother you'll see from around the world.
That's A. Lee for you right there.
Feeling that. A. Lee. Be on the lookout for A. Lee. Before we get out of here, I got one more question for you. And it's one of my biggest questions that I want to know. It's going to help me become better as an artist. It's going to help artists in Pittsburgh and surrounding areas become better, just all throughout PA.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel as if, I want to know if you're into the PA music scene. If you are, I want to hear what you feel about the PA music scene, and what do you feel could be better about the PA music scene as a whole?
As a whole?
Yeah.
See, I'm so universal. I don't really can stick to a certain state. I'm so trying to go far up there that I'm not hardly even paying attention because we need to grow.
Yeah.
But that would probably be the answer. I think music needs to grow. I think people need, and it's starting to come. If you listen, I don't have main artists I listen to, but I always dip in and listen and see that bit by bit is growing. But I think that people need to be more unique. I think people need to, express themselves. That's what all the songs are about. I don't care if you're just rapping over a guitar or whatever. I don't care if you bust out a harmonica. We need true expression. I'm going beyond hip hop. I'm going in something, creating something greater, and I want everybody else to be great. We all have the potential to be great.
Gotta branch out.
And we got to branch out and be yourself. This is a time of self-awareness, and I think it's time for everybody to grow. Truthfully, no hating. Bring people along, work with different people, network, and it's not a competition because nobody can be better than you. Everybody's so unique. Nobody can be better than you. Only person that can be better than you is you from yesterday. Whatever that may mean to you, so you're your own opponent, so it's no competition. It's all about us coming together and growing.
Definitely. This is definitely one of the dopest interviews we ever did with an artist.
Okay.
We got to come out here, chop it up with you. I seen you at the Hollywood party. You did your thing.
Thank you.
I'm looking on building with you, with the team as an artist individually.
No doubt, man. That's what it's all about.
Before we get up out of here, let them know where we can find you on social networks. Plug. Even though you did it, plug them projects again. Because we want people to know. We want people to know about the artist.
You can catch me on datpiff.com, A. Lee Legendary. Look me up. You can check out my self-entitled album, my very first album, which is A. Lee Legendary, featured on Dat Piff. Also, Souls and Sounds that dropped last year was featured on Dat Piff. You can check that out. We got a new one coming out here October 31st. Souls and Sounds 2. It's a 2-sided CD. Other than that, you can find me on ReverbNation.com/A. Lee Legendary. At A. Lee Legendary for Instagram and Twitter. You can also find me on SoundCloud, /A. Lee Legendary, man. You can check out my beats on there as well. There's a new beat site coming out within another month or so there will be beats available as well. If you're in Pittsburgh, we're doing recording here for $10 an hour, the cheapest that you could probably get.
Be out here.
And you know what I mean? It's all about doing that and making stuff affordable for everybody. So let's get it popping.
We just going live with A. Lee Legendary. This is ODH Sosa, and we out.